Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
This is Mohammed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. A huge night on TNT Sports. We start in Telford. 4 belts on the line for Davis Cunningham?
4 belts on the line, mate. We're unifying the WBC and WO international titles. Never been done before, mate. So and the European and British, of course. But yeah, terrific 4 title tear up at Super Bantamweight in Telford.
Absolutely.
Can't wait.
4 belts here, and then of course over to Las Vegas on box office for another 4 belts.
Yeah.
Incredible fight. We will talk about Saturday night in due course, but I just want to pick your brains on matters elsewhere.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
What do you think's happening here?
Oh, I don't know, mate. Come on.
We've seen a lot of major announcements in the heavyweight division across the board, and obviously 3 from Queensberry. Start with Usyk Dubois. I know you're going heavy on this.
Mate, we got to. Come on. It's his time, right?
Is it? Tell me why it is.
The geezer that he's fighting, if you'd have told Daniel Dubois at the start of his career that his world title shot is going to come against a guy that's 36 years old and he's going to be 25 and he's naturally a cruiserweight, I'm sure Daniel Dubois would have been like, yeah, brilliant, I'll take that. Just so happens Usyk's a bit of a genius, so it is a tall task, but we're back in Daniel. He's got power, and I don't think anyone's ever hit Usyk like Daniel Dubois is going to hit him. Gassiev's probably the hardest that's landed clean on him. I don't think AJ landed his Sunday punch on him. I think if Daniel Dubois can land his Sunday punch, then Saturday night could be quite special.
What I find interesting is actually when you speak to people in boxing, they obviously are picking Usyk, but they give Daniel much more of a chance when you ask Joe Public. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed that?
No, it is that. Everyone's saying the classic, look, he's got a puncher's chance kind of thing. He happens to be one of the biggest punchers in the heavyweight division, so he has got a puncher's chance. But he's also completely fearless in there as well. It's all well and good having a puncher's chance, but you got to be willing to throw it. And he is undeterred by what happened against Joe Joyce. He is undeterred mentally, so it would appear, with what happened in the Lorena fight as well. He overcame adversity in that. So I think he's got a great chance. And really, his one of his big advantages for me is that he just don't give a do you know what I mean? He's just... You'd think he might chill out a little bit and be a little bit less reckless after the Joe Joyce fight. He just not. He goes in there swinging and he gives it his all and he doesn't second guess anything. That could be his undoing, but also it could be what leads to him becoming the unified world heavyweight champion. He's got a chance.
I've just been speaking to Moses, obviously, on this card on Saturday night, and he's been talking about sparring Daniel in Spain.
I'd love to see those spars, wouldn't you? Jesus, yeah.
And he was just talking about, reiterating about how hard Daniel Dubois does hit. Like Moses was speaking very highly of him.
Yeah, well,
it's
look,
encouraging stuff.
It's encouraging stuff. And by the way, that's, who do you spar to prepare for Alexander Usyk? Moses Italma, it's like a gift from the gods in terms of like a sparring partner, brilliant sparring partner to have, and he'll be more wary of Moses' power than he will against like Usyk as well. So brilliant sparring, and Moses knows what he's got. Moses referred to Daniel Dubois as his hardest spar. He sparred everyone. Yeah, Joe Joyce, Lawrence Okoli, he's been in there with AJ, he sparred everyone. He says Daniel Dubois, for his style, gives him more trouble because he's not just some come-forward plodder, he's on his toes a little bit as well, so he makes you think in there. So I think there are positive signs heading into it. Obviously, look, we got all the respect for Alexander Usyk, everything he's done, but sometimes strange things happen in boxing, and it could be the time for Daniel Dubois.
Is there the main concern in that fight, if Usyk picks up a rhythm and really starts
100%.
to dominate Daniel, that it might just be too much in there?
If Usyk establishes that rhythm, I think personally, look, people might not agree with this, I think Dubois got the first half of the fight to get this done. If it starts going into round 7, round 8, it might be that Daniel Dubois is very tired and very confused by what Usyk's doing in there. The first few rounds is when he's got his chance, when Usyk perhaps doesn't know what he's working with. Doesn't look in the best shape, by the way. I saw the photo the other day. Doesn't look in great shape. And maybe that first 4 rounds, Daniel Dubois could stick it on him and just surprise him. I think it's the first few rounds he's got a chance in there.
Okay, let's talk about Fury and Ngannou, October 28th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. See Mr. Hearn's comments on Piers Morgan last night about it. What do you think?
What did he say? Remind me.
Do you not see it?
I mean,
it's not the right thing. He should have gone into the undisputed fight. Now he's fighting someone who's never been in a boxing ring before. It's wrong for the sport.
Yeah, look, he was trying to do it with AJ, but he definitely was.
Was Joshua heavyweight world champion at the time? That's probably what he'd say.
No, because he hasn't been heavyweight champion for a while, so I can't imagine that he was. However, with Tyson Fury, he's a megastar. Megastars get mega offers. This was a tangible offer presented to Tyson Fury. I don't know if Anthony Joshua ever had a tangible offer for the fight. But look, you got to do it. He's got no mandatory at the moment, right? And Eddie's trying to claim the moral high ground about we shouldn't be doing it. It's the wrong thing for boxing. He would be doing exactly the same. And I saw that he was talking about how Tyson's seeking the money. The reason that Anthony Joshua isn't fighting Tyson Fury, is that not because he could make more money against Wilder? Wasn't that the whole thing? Was it not Anthony Joshua saying at press conferences, I'm in it for the money? But yeah, look, Eddie's got to do his thing. He's got to go on there and throw shade at Tyson. It's kind of expected, really. But I think there is some confusion about why the fight is happening. I think people... Well, certainly the narrative being pushed is that it's happening instead of Usyk, instead of Joshua. It's not. It's happening as a result of those fights not being made. So it's not, he's chosen this instead of Usyk. He tried to do Usyk, he tried to do Joshua. It didn't happen for whatever reason. And he had this monster offer to go and fight a monster. Go and do it.
So yeah, okay, we get to that point where Fury and Ngannou is announced because of the reasons you've just said. I think a lot of people wouldn't have a problem with Frank and Tyson coming out and saying it's a massive event, the promotion's going to be huge, we're going to cash whatever it is, 30, 40 million US dollars. But selling it as a competitive fight, which you've been doing on social media,
Absolutely.
How can you with the best heavyweight in the world and someone who's never boxed?
Look, I think it's going to be a hell of an event, all of those things, right? But here's the thing, right? Has Tyson Fury ever faced a puncher who's in the Guinness Book of World Records? I don't think so.
But if you could take a shot from Deontay Wilder and you took about 4.
What record book is he in? So,
come on.
But I know. Look, what I would say, what I would point to in terms of Ngannou and his chances in there, I understand everything that people are saying, and I hear you. People said the same thing about Conor McGregor heading into his fight with Floyd Mayweather. He won't land a punch. He won't land a punch on Mayweather. Do you know, Umar? He landed over 100 punches.
Floyd was carrying him, wasn't he?
Well, it didn't look like he was carrying him to me. It looked like there was an uppercut in there. I saw it. But I'll tell you what, if McGregor landed over 100 punches, and Ngannou only needs to land one, and I saw Tyson, he was on that Channel 5 show the other day, and he said, look, I'm just going to be trying to knock him out as quickly as possible, because I can't afford to get caught by that. There is no doubt in my mind, if Francis Ngannou lands clean on Tyson Fury, how can he not be in trouble? He's still like a 17, 18 stone man, maybe 19 stone man, hitting you as hard as he can in the face. If Tyson Fury switches off, looks away, clowns around, tries to have fun with him, Ngannou could do that. And imagine he winds Ngannou up and Ngannou just starts kicking his head in. Imagine that. Anything could happen in there. You just never know. You got these monsters. And here's the other one, right? Here's the other one. Francis Ngannou is used to people trying to kick him, trying to take him down. Now he's only got to worry about someone trying to punch him. Hey, maybe he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's only got to worry about Tyson Fury. God. On a side note to that as well, obviously George and everyone at Queensberry obviously formed a partnership and a relationship, I believe, with the General Entertainment Authority. I hope that's the right term for those guys in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh. So that's a huge positive. And is that the game changer that Frank was referring to?
Well, I think you're seeing Frank on Monday, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll go into more detail about that. But it's good to see. It's look, the thing out there was I don't think there was supposed to be a fight in Saudi this year, right? But Tyson's got himself a fight in Saudi this year. Because remember, it's going to be December, then it's got to change to January, etc., etc. But Tyson's out here. He's fighting in Saudi in October. So it's clearly the start of a wonderful relationship, which may open some doors, and it will be a lot of fun. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Right, we'll wrap up quick. We also have got, of course, September 23rd, a huge fight between Zhang and Joyce. We'll talk about that another time. Just talk to me about Saturday, both Telford and Las Vegas. Go on, Dev, take it away.
Mate, I mean, look, Liam Davies, 13-0. I think he's one of the most underrated fighters in the UK. Within 13 fights, he's become English champion at bantamweight, British champion, European champion. He's got some international baubles as well, all within 13 fights. Brilliant stuff that he's doing there. But he's got a guy in front of him, Jason Cunningham, the underdog that never lost hope, the guy that's been written off his whole career, always comes back punching. And I think he's got a hell of a fight on his hands, and I'm really looking forward to it. For Jason Cunningham, it kind of feels like make or break, but it kind of feels like that every time. For Liam Davies, it's the chance to make a bit of a statement, beat his chest and say, look, I am the #1 super bantamweight in this country. And there'll be a few others that dispute that. One of those others is Dennis McCann, and he'll be with me tomorrow for the weigh-in show. Hopefully, get a little bit of verbals between them. But yeah, brilliant show. And look, you get to see the future of heavyweight boxing in Moses Italma. The guy that he's fighting, by the way, this Espendola fella, like, he's decent. If you've seen him against Fraser Clark, Soldakers, he took the distance. Ivan Ditchko, he took the distance as well. The only fella to take Ivan Ditchko the distance. So the fact that Moses Italma, at 18 years old, is taking on these guys that guys 10 years older than him is taking on, tells you a lot about his ambition and about where he's going in the sport. So looking forward to it. And then midnight, TNT Sports box office, mate. Look, this fight doesn't need really any selling, does it? It's everything that everyone's asked for all these years, and I reckon Crawford will do it, by the way. I think he's got more tools, but can't wait. I'll be driving back from Telford after the show and then tuning in.
Okay, presenter, MC, hype man. What else are you?
I don't know. I'm sure there'll be a few suggestions in the comments as to what else I am.
Sure. Dev, appreciate your time. See you soon.
Cheers,
Join
mate.
us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests, Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.